Queensland. Right here we have the Kabi people, on whom I claim my ancestry from my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother, who's buried here in Caloundra. You know, Kabi people have been living here for a long, long time. And you can imagine a real traditional welcome is what we do is we ask a question and we tell a story. The story I'd like to tell you is it's an old story. It's a true story. And a story that I hope that you will think of once in a while. You see, my people, the Kabi people, have been living here on this land for a long time. Before this building, before the roads, before TV, before everything, the Kabi people were here. And you can imagine a long time ago, my ancestors might have even welcomed some of your ancestors to this very, very spot. And you can imagine a long time ago up in Noosa and down here at Coolum and down at Caloundra that my people were sitting there and they were watching, they were playing with their families. They were there and they were enjoying themselves. They were eating their traditional foods. They were eating legend berries and they were eating the goannas and the carpet snakes and the koalas. No, we don't eat koala. It's terrible. And so what we do is, you can imagine a long time ago my people were there. And then out on the ocean, out on the water, there was a little tiny dot. And this little tiny dot over time grew bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until finally my people realized that it was a ship. It was a huge ship. It was a massive ship. It was a wooden ship. And it had tall masts and huge canvas sails that ran down. And there was ropes. And as this ship came closer, my people realized that there was men climbing in those sails. This ship came closer and closer and closer until finally it anchored off of Cotton Tree, and a group of men jumped into a boat and they rowed ashore. They came to shore. They came to my backyard. They came to my front yard. They came to our cemeteries. They came to our kitchen. They came to our barbecue area. And they came here to this place and they started to walk through the bush. And as they walked through the bush, my people were watching and they were silent. This group of men, they clawed through the bush and they started to chop down the trees. They started to scratch holes in the ground looking for shiny bits of metal. And the truth is, they started to steal. They started to take away, and they took all of this stuff from my traditional land, and they went back down to the beach and they put it into this boat and they left to a place where our people have never been before. Lots of people have come to the Sunshine Coast. Another group of people came here in chains. And some of those people, they deserved those chains, but the truth is, most of them didn't. There was another group who came, and they came to the Sunshine Coast and they stayed. And they started something. They started to build something. They started something for their families, for their communities, and they left something for them to build. I always ask this particular question is, when we do Welcome to Country, and that question is, what will we be remembered by? Will we be remembered for picking up all of this stuff and putting it into our little boats and leaving to a place where our people have never been before? Or will we be remembered for giving something, for leaving something, for giving something back to our families, to our communities, to our children, to God? You see, this is my traditional home. But this is also your home. This is also your place. So together, we can start something and we can build something for our families and for our children and for our communities. We're going to do another dance here for you to welcome. We say, Wanyanallam.